G'day YouTube gamer, coming at you with another vidya. Bet you guys thought that I wasn't going to follow this whole CBP Physics series up with a Vortex how-to, didn't you? Yeah, well, here it is. So in the previous videos, I've shown you how to install all these mods manually, and I've pretty well shown you that they work. So yeah, here is the Vortex version. So if you're using Vortex, pretty much you want to install them in the same order. So Force New Idols, RaceMenu, XP32 Maximum Skeleton Special Edition, and then the CBP Physics mod. Pardon me. So let's get started. First we want to install the Force New Idols. Done. Oh, it will be once this is done up here. Then once that's done, we want to install the Force New Idols, FINS, Behavior, XXL. This one's optional. You don't have to have this one if you don't want it. But I want it, so I'm going to install it. So that's doing its thing. It'll be finished in a moment. There we go. Then we want to install the RaceMenu. So the RaceMenu contains multiple plugins. Do I want to enable them? I will as soon as it finishes installing. Yep, and then enable, and what that does is your plugins in here, it will just set them to enable. Then you want to install the skeleton. Done. Oh, will be done. And then CBP Physics. And done. Well, it will be done. I really should wait to see if a little blue thing pops up there. Anyway, conflicts. Let's see if there are any conflicts. Unresolved conflicts. Okay, so this has absolutely nothing to do with the mods that we're doing, but I'll just quickly resolve this anyway. No rule. So here's a quick little tip for you. If you're resolving conflicts and that deployment doesn't come up, when you're done doing what you're doing, click, where is he? Deploy mods. What that does is it deploys the rules that you've just put in place. So pretty much makes it set in stone, or should make it set in stone that that is what's going to happen. Now, since none of those seem to have any conflicts, I thought one of them did, but it might still be in the file that I had it resolved. RaceMenu doesn't have any. Force New Idols does. Okay, so it's remembered it from before. So FINS Behavior and FINS Behavior XXL, the file that I said was optional, big quotations, conflict with each other. Now, because this file is optional, you want this file to overrule this file. So whichever file is up here is the file that is going to load before the file that's here. So, this might be an easier way to think of it. Whatever mod is up here will do whatever is in here for whatever mod is here. So you want this mod to load before this mod. If it was something else and you wanted that to load after that, then you change it to load after. But in this instance, we want the optional file for FINS because it does need to overwrite things in the main FINS file, which is this one up here. So we want the main FINS file to load up before the optional file, which means that the files in the optional one will overrule and win any conflict between the main one. And then all you do is hit save. That particular conflict is resolved. We'll deploy that. Don't really need to, but I'm going to anyway. What was the other one? XM2, XP32 skeleton doesn't have any conflicts. And that was all of them, I believe. I checked FINS, I checked XP. Yeah, so that should be the only conflict you hit. If you do, for whatever reason, hit a conflict with XP skeletons, it needs to overrule it. So I think on some occasions you might hit a conflict with this if, depending on what other mods you have running with CBBE, XMP needs to overrule it. So you want XMP to become your new base skeleton. Same with CBP. You don't want any files to overwrite that. I'll actually type that in. CBP. So yeah, it doesn't have any conflicts in my particular load order, but you don't want anything to override the physics of it. Otherwise, it might break the physics, whether it be for the character or for the NPCs. Now, after doing all this, you want to come up to dashboard. Now, if this hasn't automatically popped up, and if it hasn't automatically detected, you want to hit these 3 little buttons here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll create a new tab. You'd name it FINS. Actually, no, I won't show you that because FINS will already be here, but it'll be grayed out. It won't be red like that. So if you've got FINS installed and that's grayed out, it'll have a little search icon like here, like click that. I don't actually have that in there, but see how it's grayed out? Well, that'll be the same. Hit the 3 little dots. You won't have that play button as you can see, but you hit the 3 little dots, hit edit, and then this will pop up. Should already have its name there, target and all that. So what you want to do is go to target, but you want to hit this little file icon over here. So it's going to open it straight up for us where FINS is, but for you, it'll most likely open it up in Skyrim Special Edition. Now you can go into mods where it was before, or you can go into data. You can come down to tools, which should be right here. And then you go into generate FINS tools for user. Sorry, generate FINS for user. Once you're in this file, hit open. It will change the location to that FINS. Hit save. And now you want to run FINS. So to run FINS, you'll be greeted with this menu. You want to make sure that generate specific armors and skeleton arm fix is highlighted. Then hit update. If you don't know what the rest of these do, don't click them. So like this, yes, we have XP32 installed, but unless you have the patch for this particular mod, which at the moment it is saying is not available for Skyrim Special Edition, don't click it. Keep it unchecked. Okay. Then we want to hit update FINS behavior. It'll run through its thing. It's detected 2 gender mods. For the female body, it's still thinking and working stuff out. You'll know when it's done because bang, that'll happen. So 1,615 animations for 4 mods successfully included. Brackets. Character. Sorry, I had to get closer to the screen then. Now we want to check. Now we want to check for consistency. I should probably say now that today is day number 7 of a 14-day working week. I started at 6. It is now currently 9 PM that I'm doing this video, so sorry if I'm a little bit out of it, guys. But anyway, so you want to hit consistency check. There we go. 0 issues found. That is excellent. Now we want to exit out of it, and you're good to go into the game. So I'll catch you guys in game. Just something real quick before we start. Now, I did cover this in a modding video on how to do it all manually. But anyway, you want to I'll jump back. But to change the actual way that everything works with the physics mod, the CBP Physics mod, you want to go to your Skyrim Special Edition folder, go to data, however you want to pronounce it, whatever floats your boat. Pardon me. Go to SKSE, go to plugins, and then in here you'll have CBP config. Double click on that, and these are the settings that I run when I'm playing my game. So I'll highlight this so I know where I'm up to. So I will leave that up for a second. So if you want to pause it and copy my settings, you're more than welcome to. They still need a bit of a tweak, if you ask me, with coming up and down stairs. But for now, anyway, this is what I'm running. If you're interested after I actually tweak it to how I like it, then let me know in the comments below, and I will do a few screenshots for you or something. That's that, and then scroll down, and that's the whole lot. Hold it there again for you so you can pause the screen if you want. Rightio. So this is the file that you're going to be changing. Yours won't look like this. Yours will look completely different. But for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to copy that to my desktop. And I'm going to change this. So I'm actually going to change the breast scale. So Y is front to back, Z is up and down. Pardon me. So I'm really going to over exaggerate all this. So just for the purpose of the video, so you can see that it works. You probably don't want your settings to be anywhere this high, although you might. And if that's how you like it, then you do you. So I've just changed those two values. I've really upped them, and when you start fiddling with these settings, you'll notice how much of a tweak just 0.01 makes. But anyway, so I've changed those settings. I am going to close that. I'm going to save that. And I've made a backup of it. So afterwards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and just drop it in there. It'll ask me if I want to replace it. I will say yes, and then I'll go back to my old settings. But for now, I'm going to do that. I'm going to close that down, and actually I should have kept that up. Anyway, I will see you in game. Okay guys, here we are in game. Oh, nearly. We are going to go first test it out in the unmodded jack save, as I always do. And then I'm going to take it to the modded jack so I can really show it off, because in this one I do have mods activated. And yeah, I've got a few followers, so it's a bit easier to show it off, if that makes any sense. But anyway, let's go into this one. Pick the usual save, we always do. Yes, I'm sure. And yeah, we will pretty much take it from there. Okay guys, here we are in the Jack playthrough. As you can see, it's all working. I have actually hired this person as a follower.
I'm spoken for, you know, so don't get any ideas.
There you go. But there you go. The physics is working. Now if only I could tell him to jump. But maybe they will follow me upstairs. And then back down. And sorry about the armor mod, guys. I just figured this would be the easiest way to show you. But yeah, there you have it. It is working. Anyway, I'll catch you back on the desktop. Welcome back to the desktop. Okay, so there you have it. The mods have been installed. I did it with a reasonably modded game. The gameplay, the Jack playthrough had no mods in it, and I just loaded it up with 117 mods. And the only conflict I got out of those mods was between FINS and the additional FINS file, which I showed you how to resolve. And yeah. Now, I will say this, just like the other physics videos, I'm not going to offer any mod support for these, because your load order could be, and is most likely, very different to mine. So, without knowing exactly what mods you have, downloading those mods, installing those mods, and then trying to find where your problem is, I can't really help you. So I'm sorry if that annoys anyone, but yeah, that's just how it is with this video. But anyway, I hope you guys liked it. I hope I was able to help you. And yeah, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know what to do. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!